Hello, it's Chris, and I want to give you quick context for the footage you're about to see. This is from Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. I'm watering near Fresno, California, up near Albury, California, to try and help halt the Garnet Fire, which was the worst fire in the country at this point. The footage you're going to see is highlights showing the things that I observe in real life and in real time that I use to guide what I'm doing on the landscape. On this day, all the signals I get back from the natural system are just affirmative. So once again, we begin the day with Apple saying it's going to be sunny all day. They do make a little mention in one of their sub forecasts that they expect it to be partly cloudy around 1 p.m. But what you'll see is that it's cloudy from the morning till the night. We start the day with clouds, we end the day with clouds. And by the end of the day, I'm saying it appears that we have made major strides towards dampening down the fire. That vets out to be true. The fire reports that come tomorrow are going to tell us that Tuesday night, the fire activity continued, quote, until humidity increased in the night, meaning we hit moisture of extinction again. The fire stops burning in the nighttime. It cannot travel over the land. And the fire analyst, Kevin Montoya, who I found to be a great resource throughout this, Kevin Montoya says the probability of ignition has radically reduced. It was 80 to 90% for the entire history of the fire. So it began on August 24th. It was 80 to 90% for that first week, for that second week, for the next 2 days of the third week when I start watering. But then by the third day of that week, probability of ignition drops down into the 60% range. He says that he expects over the next 2 or 3 days for it to drop into the 50% range. But they also give humidity forecasts for the region, and they expect 63, and 58 to be the high humidities. And instead it comes out at something like 85, 88, 88, and 85 for these 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Thursday through Sunday, somewhere in there. So they get it really wrong about how well things are going to go. The humidity cranks up really high, which means probability of ignition cranks down really low. Moisture of extinction lasts longer. We're going to hear about more of that tomorrow. They also say in their written reports that they expect moderate to active fire to continue, and it really doesn't. It starts to slow down. You know, we had this 12,658 acre loss on Sunday, nearly 6,000 acres on Monday, then below 2,000 acres Tuesday, and I think tomorrow, Wednesday, it's just 350 acres. And so as this day comes to an end, I am saying things like it's been an incredibly good day, almost spectacular. It appears we're making major strides towards dampening down the fire, and all of that is a reversal of the worst case scenario fears that, of course, the fire teams, at this point 2,500 people or so, are fighting against. They expected the fire to get worse. Instead, things get remarkably better quickly. The cloud development that you'll see in this footage, 9 stages of cloud development, from tree clouds and transpiration domes to shady gray light and an afternoon of just potential rain clouds. None of that was predicted. None of that has any real good explanation other than the increase in forest moisture circulation that I am stimulating by watering big trees here. And it's moving through the forest system, just over and through the area, like circulation works in your own body. So with all that good news in mind, please check out this footage. Thank you for watching. More to come. Right, good morning. It's 6:36 a.m. We got clouds last night, but we've got a ton of smoke now too. So it's not good. Well, the clouds started in the dark last night. I woke up at 4 and came outside, and the sky was covered with clouds, which is the best development. But now we got all this smoke. Maybe it's mixed with transpiration, but you can see by the color there, that's not just water in the air, and you can smell it here. It's all around. So anyway, I'm gonna get started. It's 11:08 a.m. We got our first really good news, which is tree clouds. You can see them back there. And in the distance, that's the fire cloud. It is this breaking up. It was overarching up to almost the height of this tree. First 2 days here. Now it's splitting up and dissipating, and we're getting that kind of stuff local. So transpiration on the horizon, transpiration dome overhead starting, or continuing from yesterday, I should say. A little bit of clouds last night. As you can see, the fire clouds are breaking up. I think we're on the right road now. I think we're gonna kick this fire's butt. Okay, 11:21, I changed my position, but check out the cloud now. Oh yeah, please grow, please grow, please grow. Cowabunga, man. There are no other, running out of expressions for how awesome and exciting this is. There are no other clouds, okay? The only other clouds are over the fire area here. And again, they're those two little ones. They're breaking up now. Okay, it's 11:52 and we're getting going now. Let me switch to a better position, but you see that over the sun, that sunbrella, those misty clouds. We got a contrail. Again, more clouds that are rain-like breaking off. This thing is hanging around. It's a little smaller, but yeah, check it out. I don't know if these condensation trails are a good indicator or not. I've never really mapped that. We certainly have a couple because of the flights, but look at all the clouds. And look at where they're going. There's three things happening here. There's two condensation trails, but there's also my clouds above that trail. And then again, these clouds here. So I'm watching it happen. May it please continue. Let's get a transpiration dome. Let's get some big clouds. All right, it's 12:28, nearly 12:30, and we're in a cloudy sky now. Got tons of shade on the landscape. Transpiration. So for a moment, I thought the thunderhead was back, but I think that was just a rain cloud. That thing. Yeah, it's still broken up. That's a thunderhead. But it's got gray in it. So that's really good. Here, I'm gonna go get a better vantage point. Lots of clouds, look at all that. I'm partially up the hill. We're gonna walk backwards. Look at our rain cloud. It's really wide or long. How you look at it. All the way over. Super good news. This is not the top of the hill, but this will have to do. Remember our clear sky a few minutes ago? And the forecast of full sun for the rest of the month. Definitely for the rest of today. So, this is one hill. See, that ain't all jet stream. That is tree clouds and other good things. Now up at the top of the hill. Panting around, this is promising. That's in the direction of the fire, I believe. The sun is shielded, and the big old cloud is just hanging out, getting bigger. There it is, our first full sky transpiration dome. Now I'm obviously in the canopy, but look at that. It's a lot of white up there on the horizon, or almost to the horizon. Super good. There's the sun. Yes, sir. It's 2:11 p.m. I'm under the canopy back here, but we're getting gray light for the first time. It's real subtle, but it just shifted. Got like a grayish cloud in front of the sun, at least from here inside the canopy where the transpiration is strongest. Yeah, you can see it. There it is. The gray. Okay, it's 2:38 p.m. We just had a temperature drop and gray light, and here's why. We got a rain cloud. It's not super primed, but it's pretty darn gray overhead. Look at that. Where'd the sun go? The sun is hiding behind the clouds a little bit. This umbrella is working real well. Now it's coming out. But if I scan around the sky, you can sort of monitor off of the trees here. That might be similar. Nah, this is thicker. And yeah, smells a little bit rainy. And it is doing a killer job of blocking out the sun. So anyway, look at that. Tut tut, almost. We're getting real close. We might get a drop or two. It's mighty cool. It's like 71 degrees. So it's unlikely that, in my experience, that rain would form. It needs to be more like 86, 92, something like that. But anyway, it's a different place today. I'm, 2,500 gallons got us here, more or less. So, all right, all right, all right. Okay, let me try and show these real quick. They're gonna fade, I think. It's already kind of fading. We're starting to sit pretty. That's just a few minutes later. We're actually starting to get surrounded. Real circulation happening in the canopies now. So, who knows? Who knows what comes? But this is awesome, awesome, awesome. Not out there. Over there. And over here. May it please rain. All right, at 3:30 p.m., we were just doing great. That's the fire area. And that stuff just wraps all the way around. Sorry for the trees in the way, but look at that. More of the rainy stuff. Sun's back full. The circulation in the upper canopy has been really, really good since about, I don't know, noon or so. So, I'm just hoping these things decide to fall. That would be pretty awesome. Oh yeah, well, I'm behind the tree now. But this is more towards the fire area. And that's good stuff. Fire should be like due that way. And I smell rain, a little hint of it. Not even a hint, just less than a hint. But it's in the air. That's our biggest close by. And then this thing over here. And there will be more. All right, good evening. It's bright in here. I've been working in the dark. All right, quick recap from my own notes. It's not working either. Let's see. I watered the 2 deciduous trees on the, oh, what do I have on my face? In the front yard of the house. Those each got 150, something like that, 100 to 150. I finished watering of the big deciduous trees on the back side of the house, the big clumps. Watered those in. I watered the tall pine behind the 2 deciduous in the front yard. I watered the 2 tall pines, but one that one got, I think that one got 200 gallons. And then I did 2 more deciduous clumps. Those got around 150 and 200 gallons. I did another super tall pine that got 200 or 150-ish gallons. And I did a lot of stimulation of the deciduous tree leaves, the ones that trees that I couldn't water specifically, as well as trees I watered. And that worked really well. We got rain clouds from 11:30 or 1 p.m., somewhere in there, until Muriel and I started chopping wood around 5. So about 4 hours, maybe 6 hours of rain clouds coming and going, but generally getting bigger and bigger and bigger, filling the sky towards the end of the day. And now we have very, very slight clouds, but the humidity is definitely higher. You can just feel it. The temperature is way down. And I think the forecasts are dropping temperatures now for the next several days. I'm not sure because my phone keeps relocating my reference point for that. But anyway, it's been a almost spectacular day. It's been an incredibly good day in terms of just building it up for the rain potential. Oh yeah, and then we had some spots of rain, just specks on the AccuWeather radar, but they got closer than ever. And when you read the fire reports, it's fairly clear that things are turning for the better there. They've got a huge pile of dead trees and a huge pile of dead dry timber, which the fire behavior analyst I watched this afternoon said is drier than any lumber you'll ever find at Home Depot. So it's just a tinderbox, literally, where this fire started. I don't know what to say about that, but anyway, that's what they're dealing with. The fire grew 2,000 acres, something like that, 1,600 to 2,000 acres today. Which is not good, but when you read what is happening, it's like the fire's burning uphill, which the guy compared to turning a match upside down and letting the match burn up, the element burning up the matchstick. It's hard to control that. You need the match to turn over, and that's what's happening with the fires going up these slopes. Is they can't get in front of it. They have to go to the top of the slope and clear 200 feet, and all this horrific damage gets done. But anyway, it appears we've made major strides today towards rain and towards dampening down the fire and towards increasing humidity. The humidity this morning when I got up was 62 or 64%, something like that, 60 whatever. And, they couldn't get it above 40, is my understanding. And then by the time I really got going with rain, with watering, it was down in the 50s. But anyway, it's changing, and it's harder and harder for fire to continue here. So with all that said, I think I got close to 1,000 gallons out today, and I hope to do that again tomorrow. And then I hope we really start to see changes by tomorrow night. So, all right.